Good afternoon and welcome to the opening concert of the UNLV School of Music, Division of Jazz Studies. We have just become the School of Music. We're excited about it and couldn't be more thrilled with that decision. You're in for a wonderful afternoon of jazz and Latin music. Just before we start, I'm going to be introducing the director in a few minutes here, but I just want to talk to all of you quickly. Today is our CD release event, our concert, and the CD that we are releasing today is entitled Characters, which is actually one of the compositions by Jorge Machain, who will be playing with the Latin group on one song, and then he'll be with the Jazz Ensemble right after this. But so the material in this CD is just spectacular. It's phenomenal. And UNLV Jazz Ensemble 1 is represented, the UNLV Latin Jazz Ensemble, Jazz Ensemble 2, the newly formed Jazz Vocal Ensemble, the Joe Williams Scholarship Group, the Honors Jazz Quartet, Contemporary Jazz Ensemble, and I don't know if I forgot anyone, but at any rate, it's a 3 CD set. And it's truly phenomenal. It's going to be reviewed by Jazz Times, as we just found out in their next edition, which is the education issue. And they receive anywhere from 60 to 100 submissions, and they usually review only about 8 CDs. So that kind of tells you the quality of that CD. And if you purchase that, it will support our ongoing process to put out the next CD next year, and also for all of our some of our travel and some of the activities that we do in UNLV Jazz Studies program. But thanks again for coming this afternoon. And again, you're in for a real treat. I'm going to preface this with introducing this phenomenal group, and this is the UNLV Latin Jazz Ensemble, and it was brought back a few years ago by an amazing instructor, jazz pianist, Latin pianist, composer, arranger, and who I'll introduce in a few minutes. But he has brought this group to international prominence. They received 2 outstanding performance awards in Downbeat magazine. That's the equivalent of like a silver medal, and that's an international competition. This year, 2015, this group won the top Latin group in the undergraduate college division worldwide in Downbeat magazine. UNLV Jazz Ensemble. Right after their performance, there's going to be a brief 15-minute, no more than 15 minutes, and that's a chance to go out, buy your CDs, and come back quickly, because then you'll hear the UNLV Jazz Ensemble 1 that last year took 2nd place in the Monterey Next Generation Jazz Festival, and that was competing with the top 6 bands, university-level jazz bands in the United States. You submit CDs, and then they accept 6 groups, and out of the 6, took 2nd place last year. So this is a really exciting concert. I'll also later on be announcing the other concerts that are coming up that will be just equally worthwhile to come and see. So with no further ado, I'm going to introduce the incredible director of this group, and he'll inform you as to the songs and the material that they'll be performing. Mr. Uli Geisendorfer.
Thank you, everyone. How about a big hand for the head of our jazz department, the School of Music, Mr. Director. It's beautiful to see you here. So many friendly faces. Thank you for showing up. So we have the Latin Jazz Ensemble, and we're going to have 5 selections for you. 2 of them are actually on that CD. That's better. 2 of them are actually on the CD, which I know all of you will buy later on. It's out in the law. It's called Characters. It's a great compilation. Seriously. I wouldn't tell you if I wasn't. I know we all of you will listen to it and go like, wow, this sounds really good. Why does it sound really good? Because of all of you. I have some great students, great, wonderful players. My heavens. such an honor to work with him. But without any further ado, the first tune we're going to do is written by Eliane Elias, a wonderful pianist from Brazil, but been living in New York for a long time. It's called Paulistana, and it's on the CD, and it was arranged by no other than this gentleman right here, Mr. Sean Campbell, guitar. Yes. And I will introduce the other members as we go along, but right now, let's play Paulistana. written by Jean Carbon. And you heard from Mr. Jacob Jensen on the alto saxophone. And from Mr. Keith Martin on the tenor saxophone. And now we're moving on, and I want to introduce two more members of the group, bit by bit. In this case, it's the percussion section. On drums and percussion, Mr. Angelo Stokes. And drums and percussion, Mr. Colin Woodford. Yeah, we have a lot of new cats this semester, and I'm very happy to have both of them. And the next arrangement actually was written by Colin. He transcribed a beautiful tune, straight from Nigeria, which is called, what is it called? Cut your coat according to your size. I always have to look at that because I always add some. Cut your coat according to your size, which I have no idea why the song sounds like it with this title, but if you figure it out, please let me know. So it was written by the Apollo Empire Orchestra. Well, the Apollo Empire Orchestra is here today, thanks to Colin. Cut your coat according to your size. You're built according to your size. And that featured Mr. Bennett Mason on the piano. Another member of our organization. It also featured Mr. Jason Vasquez on the trombone. Yes. So now you have met most of the guys, but how about this one? There's a new gentleman playing the trumpet. His name is Jesse. He's got more names, and you'll get to know him in a moment. And he's gonna play a duet with his name, man Jorge. And Jorge actually wrote the next tune. He wrote the arrangement. It's actually one of my originals. And on the recording, which of course you will buy later on, did I mention this before? And this tune is called Whale. And on the recording, we had a duet. There was Miss Halsey Harkins was singing vocals, and of course, Mr. Gary Fowler was singing. And today we actually was gonna have the duet, but I just got a text that unfortunately she got out late of her gig that she just played. See, that's when you're very good, you're working all the time. So, in this moment, I have to inform you that Mr. Gary Fowler will be impersonating himself and Miss Halsey Harkins, of course. But therefore, we spare no expense and have Mr. Jorge Machine join us. And the two of them gonna do double flugelhorns. Flügel, of course, is wing in German, so they're gonna put the tape off. You know, if you catch it, you catch it. Anyway, here's where. hug them. You know, when your music is played that beautifully, you just have to hug people. And of course, it featured, where did he go? Mr. Jorge Machine and Mr. Jesse Garcia. It also featured our bass player. Yes, it featured him just now, again, just testing. It featured our bass player, and he's quite amazing. You know, he came in last semester, and there was a young man by the name of R.J. Reyes, which is now a little bit north in Portland, who's a great bass player and arranger. And he came in and you know, he left school, and I told Carlos, and he just looked at me, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah, I'm sure." And you know, I was very sure. He's just put in the time and learned. He's the first one to prepare. He just plays the living daylights out of the bass. I'm so happy to have him. Mr. Carlos Horley. And the next tune is sort of a little dream of mine come true. If I may quote the tune, back in the 40s, Dizzy and Bird wrote a song. They called it A Night in Tunisia, and the melody still lingers on. And you find a great arrangement of this tune on Chaka Khan's recording back in the 80s, mid-80s, where her and Arif Martin arranged it. And I was able to twist this man right there, Mr. Keaton Martin's arm, and said, "Come on, write an arrangement of that arrangement for us." First of all, give a big hand to Mr. Keaton Martin right there. So, just without any further ado, here's the melody Still Lingers On. I hope you like it.
You
Garcia. And of course, featuring this man. There's a star in the making, Mr. Gary Fowler. So we have one more for you. And we have one more guest for you. There's a great saxophonist and arranger, and he wrote a bunch of stuff for us when he was playing with us. He's all over the CD, which you're going to buy right now. His name is Carlos Mata Alvarez. And you know, I have to say a little more. These cats like Carlos and Keaton and Angelo and Colin and Sean, they all come out to this little club we have in the Dispensary Lounge, where we play a little jazz on Fridays and Saturdays and sometimes have some great artists, and we play Wednesdays, and it's so amazing, you know, you play and there's your students and we all grow together and make music together. It's like a big family, the way it should be. I'm very happy about that. Thank you guys. And so, this last tune was arranged by Mr. Jacob Jansen. Yes. I only had to hound him for about 2 years to finally bring something in, and he promised me, yes, I was thinking about it. And so he brought something in. And we take another trip, somewhat of a trip to Africa, but also a funk trip. This is from the RH Factor, from Roy Hargrove's band. I think it was written by Mr. Denson, Carl Denson. And we're just gonna have fun on this one. And if you feel like at any point in time, like getting up and dancing, don't hold back. The hall can take it. Here's the tune called Rich Man's Welfare. Jacob Jensen, Mr. Jesse Garcia, Mr. Jason Vasquez, Mr. Keith Martin, simply Mr. Carlos Montalvarez, Mr. Gary Fowler, Mr. Sean Clabon, Mr. Carlos Walding, Mr. Bennett Mason, Mr. Angelo Stokes, Mr. Colin Woodford, and sitting with us, of course, Mr. Hawking Marchain. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now the next tune we're going to play for you is something very special. It's actually arranged by all of us. It's called 15-Minute Intermission. This gives you a chance to do any urgent thing you have to do, but the most urgent thing is, of course, getting the CD, which is right out there. So we see you in 15 minutes when